Hello, I am coming to you with a ritual for the spring equinox season. And there's a lot that I want to say on this. I just recorded a coffee with the librarians on equinox and balance, and I'm going to send that to you as well because I think that really kind of sets the stage for what I want to bring forward in this ritual. But this is a season. This is not the equinox hit and it's over and we missed it. There's a lot of powerful stuff going on right now. We've got some powerful eclipses going on. There was something really wonky with the equinox this year, and I was really trying to feel into that energy. And that's why I'm coming to you a couple days later too, because it was like, oh, this is not the right time for that right now. So here's how we're going to start. I want you to arrive in your body. Uncross your legs, put your feet flat on the floor. Take a few breaths and realize you don't need anything. So often in these rituals, I've had us do like the Peru coca leaf, or I've done the things where you have the stones and you're charging your stones and you're preparing to plant. And yes, if you've got your stones from December's ritual, absolutely. I want you to plant them sometime this spring. But this ritual right here, right now for spring equinox, you don't need anything. You don't need a candle. You don't need water. You don't need anything. So arrive in your body. You can close your eyes if you'd like to close your eyes. You can look down, you can look at me, you can look out a window. I'm sitting where I can look out a window right now, and it's just this beautiful dark night sky. Just find somewhere that brings you a sense of peace and just be in your body. And what I want you to feel is the word is disquiet. I want you to feel where there is disquiet in your body, where it's not necessarily comfortable. It's not just serene. It's finding those little areas. And again, the word is disquiet. I just had a dinner, so I feel like my stomach is a little heavy. It's a little full. I feel a little bit of sensation in my right elbow from doing my mouse at the computer all day. Just finding those little sensations. And it's not that you're looking for the negative, it's that you are noticing. Because usually when we arrive in our bodies, usually when we start meditating or processing, we go straight for the relaxation, straight for the release tension, and it's all happy. But equinox is about balance. It's about the balancing of the light and the dark. It's about balancing of the day of the night. It's balancing the masculine and the feminine. And for this meditation, it's about disquiet and focusing on those places in your body that aren't perfectly comfortable. Because the point is, the things that are feeling good will continue to feel good. But this is about sending the love to the shadow. This is about not ignoring the shadow. We are moving into summer with longer days and play and joy and all of this happiness. Summer is the season of frivolity and warmth and love. But you can't get there unless you look at the shadow, unless you deal with the shadow. When we did winter, it was all about rest. It was all about hibernation and it was all about being still. And to go from that stillness of winter to the aliveness of summer takes a detour through the shadow. so the shadow can be managed, so the shadow can be dealt with. So when you're in that state of joy, it is real joy, and you're not woken up at 3 a.m. with a racing mind or realizing, oh my gosh, I totally let this go and I messed it up. It's really dealing with that dark in order to fully embrace and have the light. So arriving in your body with an awareness of what's not perfect, of what doesn't feel relaxed or comfortable or well right now. It's about the bravery of looking at that, of not shoving things under the rug, of not sticking our head in the sand, of not putting a band-aid on it. So just be there with yourself, noticing physically what isn't super comfortable. And then breathing some love or some peace or some comfort or some light or whatever it is into those places. Not to just make it perfect again, but just to send it some love. The good is rising because of the focus on what needs healing, what needs seeing, what needs addressing. All right. Take a few breaths, continue to focus on that. And then when you're ready, kind of come back to me, come back to this ritual. Like I said, this is different. We're not going to be journaling all the things that we want to let go of and tearing it up or burning it up. This is about being with that darkness. And you'll see I'm in a beautiful dark space right now. What is dark within your mind? We just went to that disquiet in your body. But what about your mind? What are those dark spaces in your mind? The places where you think, I am manipulative, or I do have an anger problem, or I just really can't connect. I'm not feeling the love, or I don't like this, that, or the other thing or person. I want you to hear that darkness in your mind. Let yourself think some of those thoughts that you normally don't allow yourself to think. And no, this isn't about going down a negativity train that I hate myself and my stomach's too fat and my hair looks awful. It's not about that. It's about seeing some of those character traits that you don't really love about yourself, not in service of beating yourself up, but in service of seeing yourself honestly. What are the things that your partner or your friend or a coworker have said about you that might have a kernel of truth? Are you selfish? Are you self-centered? Are you a martyr? Do you give because you think you're supposed to give, but you're not really giving from your heart? Are you fake? What are those things? Are you defensive? Are you taking full accountability? This is about shining the light on some of those character traits that you might not love about yourself. It's so easy to move in and focus on our partner. Oh my gosh, he's defensive and he's argumentative and he's this and he's that. And then my kids but how often do we do that for ourselves in a constructive way? Truly, when we beat ourselves up, it's almost like we're shirking responsibility. We're absolving ourselves because then it puts us in that victim state. Well, I can't really deal with my character flaws because I'm such a victim and I'm such a perfectionist and I do all these other things. Blah, 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 blah. So that's a way of bypassing the work that we need to do. Beating up on yourself is a defense mechanism because then it takes you so far down that you can't work on yourself. So this is about standing in the light of truth. Depending on your religious beliefs, if you were standing in front of Jesus, if you were standing in front of the Buddha, Allah, whoever, God, goddesses, like whoever you're standing in front of, how would you bare your soul and acknowledge, I lie, I steal, I cheat, whatever it is, how would you open yourself up and reveal the parts of you that you're almost too scared to see yourself? As you probably know, I do a lot of work around burlesque. And we talk about stripping away the labels, the roles, the scripts, the layers to reveal yourself authentically as you are. And that's always in such a positive way. And that's really powerful. But also, how do you strip away those layers to reveal the shadow, the wounded, the hurt, the trauma I was traumatized by my parents, my partner, this accident, this event? I was molested or raped, or like people have some big trauma, big T trauma, but we also have a lot of little t trauma. I was made fun of. I had poverty. What are all of those things? What are all of those shadows? How can you drop your cover and reveal instead of the smart, sexy, spiritual self? How can you drop your cover and reveal the broken, traumatized, painful, dark, mean, ugly parts of yourself as well without shame? Without going into the, I'm such a bad person and this is awful, but how can you reveal it honestly and with integrity and with strength and with the ability to say, help me heal, help me God, help me Lord, help me whoever, help me to see these things because we can't change what we can't see. And the first part of this coming into the light is seeing what is in the dark. One of the beautiful things about shadow work is the second you turn on light, the shadow goes away. Shadow work, sometimes we think is so deep and dark, and in ways it can be, but the dark goes away the second you turn on the light. It is the light that banishes the darkness. And that's what this spring ritual is about. It's about shining the light on that shadow, naming it, seeing it, and then poof, you've put the light on it. It goes away. Now, if you want to do more with this, of course you can do more with this. You can journal about it. You can talk to me about it. You can meditate on it. You can just climb up a mountain. You can cry. You can do anything that you want to do. But all I'm asking for you today is to be brave enough to drop your cover and reveal those dark, embarrassing parts of you. I am selfish, weak. I am manipulative. I am violent. I'm just trying to come up with all of the different things. I am wounded. And just to be there with that. I shirk responsibility. I am a spendthrift. I'm defensive. I use blame. I feel shame. I inspire shame in others. Like all of those things, just sit with that because this is your power. This is your connection to your power is knowing yourself. Socrates is one of my favorite philosophers. And as you might know, my burlesque name is Socrates after Socrates. And Socrates, one of his famous quotes is, "Know thyself." And Socrates, her favorite quote is, "Show thyself." So when you know yourself and you show yourself, that's when you step into your power because I'm not afraid of my darkness anymore. I know that I can be a martyr. I know that I can be manipulative. I know that I can be selfish. I know that I can tell half truths. I know these things about me. And I'm not afraid to look at them and I'm not afraid to grow from them. And I'm not afraid to embrace them, not in, hey, we're going to be this way, but in an, I love you and we can transcend this because I'm willing to embrace this. I'd love it if you could even go outside, look at stars, sit in the darkness, and look for those pinpoints of light. Sit in the darkness and look at those pinpoints of light. And maybe there are no pinpoints of light. Even if you're inside, turn off your light and just allow yourself to sit in that darkness. Darkness is not scary. And then turn on the light and banish that dark. So this is the equinox ritual. It is about balance. If you want light, you need to see the dark. It's about not putting band-aids on things, not burying your head in the sand. It's about seeing truth and not being afraid of it. I mean, even with the infidelity, that's what makes post-infidelity transformation so powerful. Our willingness to look at all of the bad, the dark, the things that went wrong. And instead of running from it, I'm getting away, facing it and sitting with it and just being with it and allowing it to empower you instead of taking you down. So I'd like you to go sit in a dark room or sit outside and just spend about 20 minutes, a little more, a little less, however long, just processing and seeing the darkness that's in you. Not that's in your partner, not that's in the world, not that's in me or your kids or your friends or your bad boss, but the darkness that is within you in service of seeing what's really there, in service of knowing where to shine the light. Because if you don't know where to shine the light, it doesn't matter how bright that light is, it's not going to reach those dark places. You've got to know where to shine the light. So be with that. And then what I want you to do when you're all done with that, this is what you're doing in the dark of night. And then tomorrow or a few days later, in the light of the day, in the brightest part of the day, I want you to go plant. Our last ritual, we had little stones and we put wishes in those stones, like this is my wish, this is my intention. I want this amazing business. I want this amazing marriage. I want these amazing relationships. I want this incredible abundance. And we put things in those stones and we've been charging them. I want you to take them outside and in the light of the day, plant them. Plant them outside, plant those intentions, release those seeds, and then let them be. Because just like a regular seed, you don't dig it up to see what's happening. You have to put it in the soil and you have to release it and let it go. Now, yes, you have to water it. Yes, you have to fertilize it. You have to give it sun. You have to nurture it. You've been charging those dreams since the winter solstice. Now you're planting them and releasing them. You continue to nurture them. How do you nurture the dream of a dream business? How do you nurture the dream of a dream relationship? How do you nurture the dream of fantastic abundance? You know the steps to do. It takes small, consistent action. It's watering them every day. It's fertilizing them every few days. It's giving the sun and the heat, protecting if there's a hailstorm, making sure they're not overwatered. I want you to go plant those seeds and then nurture those dreams and release them until summer. We've got summer solstice coming up. It's right around the corner. But for now, plant those seeds in the light of the day and continue to nurture those dreams. Now, if you're sitting there thinking, oh my gosh, I didn't do the winter solstice, or I wasn't a part of this then, that's okay. Get some little crystals. Just get some little pea gravel, even if you have it. Carry them around. Get your little rocks. They are your seeds. Charge them with your intention. Set your intention. Each stone is an intention. Hold them in your hands. Hold them on your heart. Carry them with you. Whisper into them. Charge up those rocks. Do this darkness ritual. And then when you're ready, do the light ritual and plant those seeds. Day and night, light and dark, gathering and releasing, dreaming and manifesting, but also doing. This is that balance of the equinox. This is the power of ritual. And then the very last thing that I want you to do around this spring equinox ritual is play with your balance. And I mean literally play with your balance. Stand on one leg in tree pose. See how long you can hold it. Switch sides, do it on the other side. Do, a leg out, an arm out. I want you to play with your balance, not in order to find your balance, but in order to know how far you have to push it before you fall. That's where the magic is. It's not standing on one foot with your eyes closed in tree pose and being like, yeah, I got it, boom, and jumping out. It's about putting yourself there, finding that balance, and allowing yourself to fall. Standing on the edge of something, not where you're going to get hurt, but can you raise up a leg? How high can you go before you fall? You don't know your boundaries until you find the edge. And as long as you're staying safely in that comfort zone, your balance isn't going to grow. Your balance grows by challenging yourself to your point of failure. So I don't care if you're just playing balance as you brush your teeth at night, as you're waiting for the coffee to brew in the morning, but find those places of balance and play with your balance physically, allowing yourself to move off balance. How does this feel? I think the darkness rituals always feel a little threatening, and that's okay. This is you being honest. This is you being brave. This is you being real and taking accountability. And it's also about you embracing your power, because the full spectrum is light to dark, good to evil, and it's everything in between. And when we're only focusing on the light, the positive, the happy, we're releasing half of our power. It's about the all. I do a lot with the Course of Miracles, and they talk a lot about the atonement, the at one-ment. And this is about atonement. This is being at one with the shadow and the light, the good and the bad, at one within yourself. So do the shadow ritual, plant your seeds in the light of the day. Play around with that balance physically, allowing yourself to fail often, to fall off balance often, in service of not being afraid to fail or to fall, and in service of learning how to get stronger. I've told this story before, but when I was learning how to ski, it was actually my husband who taught me, and he pushed me over. And I was like, "What are you doing?" He's like, "Pushing you over so you learn how to get up because now you're not afraid of the fall." And when we took paddleboard lessons, the instructor did the same thing, made us all fall first. Because once you lean into that darkness, once you know how to right yourself, you're unstoppable. And there is no fear. Let me know how this goes. Send me an email, send me a Vox. Yes, you can share it with somebody that you love. But this is a deeply personal ritual. I'm not asking you to hop on social media and be like, I'm a liar and I'm awful and I have this tendency to fudge the truth and I'm a total martyr and I never really ever felt connected to these people. I just faked it. It's not what it's about. It's about you admitting to yourself the things in you that are shadowy and dark, finding that peace, finding that balance point, and moving all together as a whole forward. Of course, if you want to journal about it later, you can. But for now, just be in that dark space. Work with that shadow in order to expand the light, in order to know where to shine the light. Plant those seeds and play with your balance. I will see you soon. Enjoy. Bye.